Hi, folks. Lee Gettess with the Market Sense for the week of August 23rd, 2011. The charts we use are always from the Trade Navigator software by Gettess Financial Technologies. And the first chart we'll look at is the weekly bonds. But trading is just not for the faint of heart when you got this much volatility here. As you can see, we've got a target up here above the market at about 142.16, but just an incredible move in the last 3-4 weeks here. They've backed off a little bit this week, but it's clearly well inside of the previous week. They could come all the way down here. That's 135.16, and that'd still be inside of the previous week. There's even an outside chance that they could break all the way down to the red line here. Well, actually, heck, you've got you've got the previous swing highs that they broke out from. That's way down here at 127.16. That would be a normal retracement. There's nothing fantastic about that. That would be a normal retracement. It just happens to be, almost 14 full points in this case. So it looks like a blow off. Looks like this should turn down. Very, very difficult to guess where the top will be in a blow off. So you don't want to get into predicting that. Also, I should point out that we have a potential in our momentum indicator down here for a little kiss off. Now, like back here, the indicator turned down and just chopped right through the red line. But a lot of times it comes down and just makes a little turn right at it. And if it does that here, they could, find support somewhere in this area and be back at new highs again. So just because this is a blow off doesn't mean that's over with. They could still go higher. So very, very treacherous market here, I think. And speaking of treacherous, how about the stock market? Well, stock market actually opened a little higher this week and held support in the we'll call it 1125 area. That's awful sloppy, but let's call it that. And they started to rally up, had a nice rally on Tuesday, over 300 points in the Dow. It looks like they want to target the 1175 area right in here at minimum. And it's very possible that they could go up even to the red line up above price here. That's like 1230 roughly. And this previous swing low that they broke down from is about 1250. So up in that area certainly makes sense. But let's not get carried away. That doesn't mean they have to rally back up. There's still a chance that they could drop back down. This is the 1095 area, which would be a test of this old low. That's a possibility as well. And so much focus on what Ben Bernanke says at Jackson Hole this Friday just makes it awfully difficult to assume that you can take a position and know what's going on. But they actually have pretty good potential on both sides. And I would say this, we've got this area here just above 1200 and this down here below 1100. And I would expect that before this week is out, I'll bet you one of those is taken out. Hard to guess which, but I'll bet they take out at least one of them. So there might be some opportunities, but it may come late Friday. So that's what we're looking at today. I sure hope you can find something profitable to get yourself into. Thanks for looking to see what we think, and have a good week.